Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners. Today is August 9th, 2012. All rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jackie, will you take the roll?
President Young.
Here.
Vice President Janner.
Here.
Commissioner Egan.
Present.
Commissioner Heidi.
Here.
Commissioner Ori.
Here.
Commissioner Riley.
Here.
Commissioner Todd.
Here.
The next item on the agenda is introduction and recognitions. Do we have any introductions and recognitions today? Item 5 is matters from the public. Has anyone signed up to speak this evening? Moving on to updates and reports. The Riverwalk Commission update is first. Commissioner Heidi.
Thank you, President Young. The Riverwalk Commission met on Wednesday, August 8th, and while several items were reviewed, the majority of the discussion centered on the proposed Water Street project. The Commission views the elements of the project that are immediately adjacent to the DuPage River as very favorable. However, there are some lingering concerns relative to the physical size of the project and the shadows that it will cast on the north side walkway. These concerns were relayed in a memorandum to the Plan Commission, which incidentally approved the project last night, and to the City Council. Thank you.
The next item is the Carillon Foundation. Commissioner Egan.
The Tuesday night summer recitals have been averaging 150 to 200 people, which is a nice turnout, especially with how hot it has been. The Tuesday recitals run through August 21st and take place at 7 p.m. This fall, when the Healing Field returns to Rotary Hill over Veterans Day weekend, the Park District and Millennium Carillon Foundation will once again offer tours of the Carillon throughout the event. The tours will give Healing Field visitors a unique view of the flags. Volunteers from the Millennium Carillon Foundation will assist with the tours. The Carillon will be providing tours for the last fling, and the results of our 4th of July raffle. We raised $500 for the tickets to see the fireworks from the top of the Carillon. The next meeting will be October 4th. Thank you.
The next item is the Finance Committee update. Commissioner Riley.
Thank you, President Young. The Finance Committee met on July 18th. Even though we're just past the midway point of 2012, work has begun towards development of the 2013 budget. Director Stanish provided an overview of items to be presented in the mid-year review and 2013 budget preview that was subsequently presented to the full board at the July 26th board workshop. Director Schutz reviewed the list of proposed capital projects for 2013 that were prepared last year and included in the district's 3-year plan. He updated the committee on proposed changes to the plan that included shifting projects to future years and the addition of a new project that was not included in the original plan. The committee concurred with staff's recommendations on the updated draft of the 2013 capital plan. The committee endorsed changes were also presented to the full board at the July workshop, and the full board concurred with the recommendations. The committee discussed the concept of public-private partnerships as an option for the district. The committee agreed that this financial tool might make sense for projects requiring significant capital investment, but the district has no projects on the horizon that could be facilitated using this approach. The committee discussed the importance of internal controls to effectively safeguard public funds and the district's assets. While our independent auditors annually review our internal controls, this topic will be a standing agenda item for committee meetings so that we proactively ensure that necessary control measures are in place and adequate. The committee generally meets the third Wednesday of each month at 10:30 a.m. at the Park District Main Administration Building. However, due to scheduling conflicts in the month of August, the committee will meet on Wednesday, August 22nd at 10:30 a.m. and not on August 15th. All Finance Committee meetings are open to the public.
The next item is Parks and Recreation Committee. Oh, I'm sorry, the Legislative Committee. Commissioner Heidi.
Was that Freudian? Thank you. The Legislative Committee met on July 24th, and as indicated in my last report, legislative priorities for the coming year were discussed. Our top priority is to analyze and plan for the deleterious effects that the Affordable Health Care Act will have on the Naperville Park District and its ability to efficiently staff operations, given the seasonality of required staffing levels. We will also explore the possibility of a modification to the park code so that vendor contracts can be extended beyond 1 year. We feel that there are cost savings to be had if this modification can be made. Finally, it was decided that after the November elections, a meet and greet will be conducted with our legislators at the new 95th Street location. Thank you.
Now, the Parks and Recreation Committee update. Commissioner Todd.
Okay. Latest Parks and Rec Committee meeting was held August 8th. The committee reviewed updates to the master plan. The revised section is going to be brought to the board for review at the next workshop. Intergovernmental agreements with both districts 203 and 204 are being finalized, and some of these agreements will be approved today. Other topics discussed including the review of progress for the Knock Knolls Nature Center. It is on target. We discussed construction methods and reviewed which methods we thought would best suit this project, and this item will also be presented to the board at the next workshop. The improvements to the north side of Knock Park were also discussed, and this is a new project and will be part of the 2013 capital projects plan. Two final items I included the discussion of formalizing an intergovernmental agreement with the city for computer-aided dispatch and radio communication services. The details of this will be presented in an upcoming memo and will be discussed at our next workshop. And then the consideration of an alternate fuel option, and the analysis of this option is going to be documented in a memo and will be included in an upcoming board packet. In other reports, notable items included that this is the last week that the beach is going to be open full-time. Next week, the beach will be open in the evenings, with lifeguards heading back to school and the opening of school in Naperville. The beach will then move to a weekend schedule to finish out the season. We've had another good season this year thanks to the abundance of hot weather this summer. It will still be many months before the district's 95th Street Center will be open for use, but know that plans are in progress to prepare the facility. If you happen to be on 95th Street, you'll be able to see a sign that identifies where our new indoor space will be located. Parks are busy preparing fields as football has now started. The West Street Athletic Field, which was being rested and improved, is now ready for play, and you'll see football players out there preparing. And finally, prior to our board meeting today, an open house was held here in the Municipal Center for the proposed 2013 capital projects, and the public was invited to provide comment. And that's it.
Thank you. The next item is the Golf Committee update. Commissioner Egan.
Lesson program participations are up 155 students compared to the 2011 totals through June. Golf is researching the possibility of offering snag golf for kids ages 3 to 6 in 2013. Staff will present their program proposal to the Board Golf Committee at the August committee meeting. 2013 golf capital projects were reviewed with the Golf Committee, and staff will present an update to the entire board at the August workshop. Golf focus groups meetings were held this past week. 22 of our golfers met with the district marketing staff to discuss operations at both courses. Marketing staff will present an update to the Golf Committee in late August. Upcoming events in August: Couples Glow Friday, August 17th at Naperville. The tournament is filled to capacity. We are anticipating a great event. Four-person glow ball scramble at Springbrook. Openings are still available. Call 630-848-5060. And then the Senior City Championship, August 29th and 30th at Springbrook and Naperville. The 2012 Brooks Advantage cars are now on sale through the end of the season. 50% savings off the original 2012 price. With the Brooks Advantage card, the more you play, the more you save. Thank you.
The next is my update. On July 17th, the Naperville Park District, the City of Naperville, and the DuPage County Forest Preserve celebrated the opening of what is known as the West Branch Riverway Trail with a ceremonial ribbon cutting. The capital improvements themselves were fairly modest in scope. If review of those improvements simply takes in what was physically installed, it's a paved trail with 2 underpasses. The accomplishment, however, is really much greater. First, the project began in 1992 with the 1992 West Branch Naperville Riverway Project Agreement. Now, 1992 may not seem like that long ago, but I did the math, and that's 20 years ago. That predates Commissioner Ori joining the Naperville Park District Board. Think of the change in staff and elected officials that has occurred at the Park District, the city, and the Forest Preserve over that period of time. Think of the changing priorities. The project faced considerable hurdles. Land was acquired, intergovernmental agreements were negotiated, cooperation was obtained from the Burlington Northern Railroad, and ultimately the trail was constructed to specifications, on time and within budget. There were a few constants over the 20 years. One important constant was the desire by the Park District, the city, and the DuPage County Forest Preserve to provide an amenity to the residents that is appreciated. Trails return year after year as the #1 requested amenity on the Naperville Park District's Attitude and Interest Survey. Another constant was the tenacity of Mary Lou Worley, a former Naperville Park District Commissioner, who made sure that despite changing priorities, the trail would not be forgotten. Thank you, Mary Lou, for your help. When asked at the ribbon cutting to explain why trails are important to residents, I shared a story of my 13-year-old sons and my first visit to the trail shortly after the installation was complete. Over the last 3 years, my family has grown accustomed to accompanying me to a park that is being discussed or improved, and that chore of getting them to participate in this ritual has not gotten any easier over the last 3 years. Notwithstanding my son's initial objections, we did walk the 0.9-mile trail segment that links Jefferson Avenue to the McDowell Grove Forest Preserve and back. We said hello to 6 or 7 individuals or groups of individuals that we passed by on the trail, but otherwise our walk was mostly in silence. When we returned to the playground near Jefferson Avenue, my son said, "You know, Mom, trails are epic." Epic, I asked. What do you mean by that? "Oh, come on, Mom, you have to know what epic means." Well, I said, "I do know what epic means, but I'm wondering what you think it means." I challenge my sons to use words as they are formally defined rather than falling into the practice of using words that are improperly as slang, and epic today is slang. So I asked him, "Can you explain to me why this is epic?" And there was, of course, more silence. Then he said, "Mom, don't you realize what a trail like this means to people? First of all, people of all ages and abilities can use it. It can be used for fitness training or daydreaming or just being together with someone like you and I are now, Mom. It can be used to go somewhere, or you can use it and end up at the same place that you started. If you think about it, Mom, it is really unusual to build something that can do so many different things." He said, "It's sort of like poetry. It means different things to different people, and over time, its meaning to people will change. See," he said, "it's epic." Trails are epic. I think my son's onto something there. Well, I don't think I can say that everything we do here at the Park District is like poetry. I do appreciate my son's observation that trails provide the opportunity for the entire community to enjoy the outdoors. And I'd like to thank the city and the Forest Preserve and the railroad for helping the Park District to further its mission to provide recreation and park experiences that enrich the quality of life here in our community. And now you, Ray.
Thank you, President Young. Just a couple quick items here. We will have a playground reopening celebration at College Park next Tuesday, August 14th at 5 p.m. It'll be a ribbon cutting with refreshments and lots of giveaways. For further information, please go to our website at napervilleparks.org and fill you in further on the festivities on the 14th. Registration is currently in progress for our autumn 2012 programs. Again, go back to the website while you're there looking about information at College Park. You'll also get information about our programs and registration information for our 2012 fall programs. And then finally, I had the distinct pleasure and opportunity yesterday, along with many of the commissioners and staff, to participate in the volunteer appreciation picnic at Centennial Beach. And while the weather was a little bit iffy at the beginning, we served close to 700 people that came through the picnic and enjoyed food, prizes, and of course the wonderful Centennial Beach. And I just wanted to extend my personal thanks to our volunteer coordinator, manager Lynette Houle, director of recreation Brad Wilson, and all his staff for doing a phenomenal job. We've said it before as a group, and we'll say it again, and hopefully Hank will type this here as he's typing away on his report, that we could not exist as a park district without the volunteers. It's just simply the 70,000, 80,000 hours that they put in for us, and it equates to well over $1 million in labor. We just could not do it without them. So we truly appreciate the partnership that we've created with this community, and we look forward to next year's event again. Thank you.
Thank you. The next item is approval of the Treasurer's Report.
Move to approve the June 2012 Treasurer's Report.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? Jackie, take the roll.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
President Young.
Yes. The next item is the consent agenda. Are there any items to be removed from the consent agenda?
Move to accept consent agenda items A through J.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion? Jackie, take the roll.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Commissioner Riley,
Yes.
President Young.
Yes.
Move to approve consent agenda as accepted.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion? This is a voice vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. The next item is unfinished business. There is no unfinished business. Then new business, and there's no new business. Moving on to future meetings. Our next meeting, the special meeting of the Naperville Park District Board of Commissioners, is August 23rd. It will be at the Administration Building. The time, however, is to be determined because we're trying to accommodate the Healing Fields event that will be taking place that evening at Rotary Hill. The next regular meeting will be September 13th, and that will be here in the council chambers. And then the next special meeting after that is September 27th at our Book Road South Maintenance Facility.
Move to adjourn the August 9th, 2012 regular meeting.
Second.
Is a motion and a second? Any discussion? Jackie, take the roll.
Vice President Janner,
Yes.
Commissioner Ori,
Aye.
Commissioner Egan,
Yes.
Commissioner Heidi,
Yes.
Commissioner Riley,
Yes.
Commissioner Todd,
Yes.
President Young.
Yes.